Hey, what's up? I'm doing some video requests. I get them every day. This is groovy. All these people are like,
what does Kyle think about this?
I love it. And I get paid for it. $10 a day, bitches. Okay, Patrick Leron from Dutchland. Hi, Kyle Pounds. Hi, Patrick. Next video request. What do you think of Christmas and the feeling people always get from it? And New Year's Day with fireworks. Is that something that attracts you or not? Are you a family man or not? Thanks again for your time, dude. Greetings from Holland again. So, yeah, I love Christmas, dude. I was always all about Christmas, man. I'm American, and in America, we're all about Christmas and Christianity, you know, whether you're a Christian or not, you know all about it, you know. I grew up Buddhist, but I remember when I was a little kid, because we were 6 when we moved to Boulder, so I remember in Austin, looking up at the at this wooden Jesus Christ on his cross, and knowing what Jesus was, and thinking about Jesus. I remember once when we went to Colorado, I was in a parking lot of a gas station, in a dirt road parking lot, and I had these like sandals on. I looked down on them. I was like, I'm one of the apostles with my Israeli sandals on and stuff. And so yeah, I remember thinking about that kind of stuff. But not just and also the Christmas stuff. We had Christmas trees, and we went out and visited. We had 2 Christmases over with my mom's brother's family over there in Oklahoma 2 years, and then we did one in the other brother's family in Virginia, and then visited my dad's mom and Tyler when I was real little for Christmases and stuff. And we'd always get the presents. My mom would always do it up with all these presents with the the wrapping and stuff. Lots of them. And in fact, she still does that. I have to actually, only now she's not buying me presents to give to my brothers. Now I have to go and fucking buy that shit myself. So I guess between now and Christmas I'll have to go out at the store and get something. I think I'll go to Freaky's and get something freaky. Yeah, and the Christmas music, dude. Yeah, all of the traditions that Christmas has is awesome, man. Like the carols, you know, dressing up. It's a cool way to have those festivities in the winter time when it's really cold and you can't do other stuff. You go out and you dress up in your nice warm clothes, and you go and watch the people carol and do the caroling. In fact, I think on Christmas we should go down, because we're not one of these young families where you open presents for little kids under the tree. We're adults, so we should go on Christmas. We should go down to the mall and like watch people carol. That would be cool. And the music, I love the music, especially the Christian-based stuff, like Johnny Mathis, Christmas. Rum pum pum pum, he was the virgin birthin'. Or the drummer boy, rum pum 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 pum. Here comes our newborn king, rum pum 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 pum. I like that Christmas stuff. I mean, the whole idea of the Christian thing. If I was raised Christian, I would probably be totally hardcore Christian, because it's just kind of attractive. You have your virgin birth, warlord comes down from heaven. I'm going to do a video about the New Testament. That's going to be my next book review, unless somebody gives me a request before that. Yeah, who came, died, cross, so that we don't have to sacrifice any other animals. That was like our final sacrifice, and now all we have to do is believe in God, and this is the new religion that replaced the old religions where you would sacrifice chickens to all the different imaginary deities and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, I love Christmas music, and I think everybody does. You know, when you grow up with it, and that coincides with families getting together and cooking chocolate dumplings in their kitchens and opening presents for the little kiddies, and it's a great thing. I remember Christmas was just my number one holiday, my favorite time of year, because I get to the toys, and all this new cool stuff, like one winter I got a remote control car, and and then you get to spend the rest of the day playing with your toys, and it was awesome, man. And a little bit about the history. Somebody gave me another one, Gavloff. What are your thoughts on Christmas and Saturnalia? So I think I'll put these two requests together as one. That one was just yesterday. Christmas was originally a Roman holiday. A whole lot of our Western or European culture and American culture comes from the Roman Empire. And one of them was Christmas. Saturnalia was the celebration of the winter solstice. They screwed it up and they thought it was the 25th, but it was when it's really the 21st. And so they just kept that day. And the Romans always celebrated Saturnalia, where they would drink alcohol and they would do the Christmas carols, only they do the carols naked in front of people's houses. And so when Christianity took over the empire, they just decided to, keep doing Saturnalia, only make it a Christian holiday, and tell everybody that's just commemorates Jesus' birthday, Jesus was born sometime in April. I guess somebody else on YouTube said September, but I think it's April 20th or something. 420, baby. Or April 6th or something like that. It was the day of a conjunction of Jupiter, Venus, and Mars. And there was a conjunction. And you remember from the New Testament that the virgin birth was birthed on the night of a comet. Or a star. I'm sorry, not the comet, but a star. And the star of Bethlehem or David or whatever. And that was the conjunction of those three planets. And they know the exact day of that. And that was April 6th or something like that, 4 BC. So, and he died 33, so 34 AD. So he was like 40 when he died, not 33. But there's been a lot of historical inaccuracies with Christmas. I mean, people thought that Jesus was born on December 25th forever. That kind of stuff. So, but and the Christmas tree is a holdover from the Germans. They would create these huge bonfires inside of their huts and just pig out on the shortest day of the year. And they knew what the shortest day of the year was, more or less, because they have their guys stare at the sun and watch the sun go up and down, and when it reaches its when it goes up in the horizon at the southernliest point, and then it starts going north again, then that's the shortest day of the year. And so they would go, okay, this is the dead of winter, let's, instead of like being depressed inside of our freezing hold huts with the rain blizzarding out, let's pig out. And they had to pig out anyways, because you can only store a certain amount of meat in your thatch hut before it gets rotten. So they would just have these giant potlucks and just pig out, before it goes rotten. They might as well, and they drink and all that kind of stuff. And so all those Christmas trees, all those other trees would be inside their huts for their bonfires, and so then they would decorate it, the ones that they didn't burn. Originally those little round, those glass round things you hang? Well, those were originally apples. But then apples got too expensive, I guess. They wanted to eat them, so they just made these things that looked like apples to hang. That's why they kind of look like apples. So goes from way back. And so then the Christians, when the Germans became Christian, they adopted that into their whole Saturnalia Christian, or winter solstice celebration, and it was imported to England in 1860 with the Saxe-Coburg Gotha king that they brought over from Germany. And then, so then England started adopting it, and then America adopted it, and now everybody in the world adopts it. They have Christmas trees in Chile in the wintertime. In Chile, they celebrate Christmas by opening up the presents on I think it's Christmas Eve night. In America, they open the presents on Christmas Day morning. There's probably other little different ways people celebrate it in other countries. Yeah, New Year's Day with the fireworks. I think that's cool too. That, now I don't know how it happened. It probably has something to do with the winter solstice. But that New Year's comes so close after Christmas, you get to bunch all those holidays right up next to each other, and to kind of bring it out, you know, it's cool to have lots of different holidays together. Christmas Eve is like as a holiday too, but yeah, fireworks are a cool way to party. You know, symbolizes happiness and stuff happening, and yeah. So, does it attract me? No, not anymore. I don't go out of my way to listen to Christmas music anymore. But I would, you know, but we do get together with the family, you know, and I call my mom and stuff when I'm out in Boulder and all that. This winter we're going to go to these hot springs up in the mountains for a couple of days to celebrate Christmas. So that'll be cool. Soak in the hot springs in the wintertime. Maybe it'll snow that day. That'd be awesome. Am I a family man or not? I see you are a family man, Patrick. You have a little son. I was married for like 3 years. I was with Paula for 5 years. She had a son, so we had a family. He was a stepson. But then she went and started a family with some other guy. Had another kid with him in Italy. But yeah, I mean, maybe in like 10 or 20 years or whatever, if I have a job or what I do makes enough money to raise a kid, then there's a possibility I could score a girlfriend and have the money to raise a kid, and that would be cool. I love animals and stuff, and a kid would be like having an animal times 100. So have a little guy to mold and turn into a person, and then give him the presents and let him be all excited about that. That'd be a good time to celebrate Christmas again. But until then, if you're just like a bachelor, I think one cool thing to do is drink. When I was living in my van, I passed through 2 Christmases by myself, and what I did is I just got some alcohol and I drank. Oh, I even did that last Christmas. And it was the eggnog. I got a couple of eggnogs and I drank, because a lot of times when you get alcohol, you drink because you're stressed to decompress. But in Christmas, I drink just to drink, you know? It's like, I'm not going to do anything today. I don't have to work. Today's a day of just chilling and drink. I can't buy weed this winter. Weed's going to be illegal in Boulder until the beginning of March. So next Christmas I'll be able to smoke the weed. The Nazis, I think, will have run out of all of their tricks by then and have lost the battle. Yeah, so I'll smoke a fuckload next Christmas. And on this Christmas, maybe if we're soaking in the hot springs, yeah, it'd be cool to drink some, get some beers and have some beers over at the hotel. So thanks again for your time, dude. Sure, thanks for the request. Greetings from Holland again. Oh yes, and greetings to you. Too bad. I mean, that's great that you can go out and buy weed. You know, even if you don't smoke it, it's cool to know that you can go out there and buy it just because you want to. What freedom. We'll have it here pretty soon. Okay, peace out.